This is Eric Moabit, with another quick educational video. We're going to be using two stocks. Let's begin with the first one here. And I want to discuss this concept of hidden resistance. So let's take a look at the first chart here. We see it's MGI, MoneyGram. We can see a nice move here from about 750 all the way to 11 and has recently pulled back all the way to 5. So we can say that is even close to, let's say, a 45 to 50% drop since the high. So now the question is, where is this resistance coming from? Can we do our best to explain why there seems to be some type of resistance here? Now, I'm going to keep this as brief as possible, and we're going to take a look at the concept of RSI 61.8. Now, to see this, let's go to the long-term monthly chart. What I'm going to do is draw a line right there, and this line happens to be around RSI 61.8. And what we see here, again, gonna keep this brief, there's a break below 61.8 of the highs there in 2006. We move back below the 61.8 threshold in 2017 there. And recently we've tagged this twice. So it is clear that unless it can clear this level, by the way, it could eventually clear this level, but until it clears the 61.8 threshold, this is clear sign that it is aware of the area and has been stalling around here. This chart also shows us the power of holding about 61.8. You can see that this is a desirable move to the upside for those playing the bullish game. And even here we have a bullish period right there. Recently, as we've noted here, we've come into this area and we've been rejected. So this is where the resistance is coming from. Now let me propose another line. Recently I recorded a video explaining how we can use the chart itself to help us understand where it responds to certain levels. So I take this lows 08 and connect it to the lows right there. We get a straight line, and I'm going to extend that line. It should be something like that. And what this line is going to give us is some sell signal areas, break below the line, resistance on the line here, movement above the line for a bullish trend, a break below the line of the highs of early 2018, and recently again confirming the double top. So the area around RSI 61.8 and this backtest line, the black line, are giving us a visual understanding why the stock is stalling around here. And what it's going to take is movement and clearing the red line, and the black line is needed. This is why the breakout game makes more sense, because let's say it eventually in time over the next couple of weeks and months, if it can come back and break out above the recent weekly closing high, that breakout will take out the resistance levels that we've discussed here. And that's why playing breakouts make more sense, because it means a stock is clearing some hidden resistance that you are not able to see readily. Let's take a look at another example here. So recently, DSX, Diana Shipping, pulled back off a recent weekly high. So it went this way and now wants to break out again above the recent weekly closing high. But let's take a look at this most recent resistance area and try and see whether we can use the same understanding of RSI 61.8 on the monthly. So this is the weekly. We saw a pullback around 3.6, 3.8. So let's take a look at the long-term monthly chart. So first, let me draw the 61.8 threshold area. So again, 61.8 is the red. We can see that there was a nice period where we held above 61.8 for this period, 2006, 2007. And since then, we get a break below the red line, multiple tags on this line. You can call that a triple top of some sort of the highs of late 2013, early 2014. We come kind of close in 2018, and now we are back to test this area. So we can see the need to break out and hold above this area so we can have a desirable move like we had in the 06-07 time frame. Otherwise, should we start seeing a reversal around here, it means that the stock is aware of this level, and this level is strong resistance for now until it can be cleared. Now let's add some color. If I connect the lows here and this breakpoint, remember we are using the chart to try and explain to us what is going on. It should look like that. We see that we break below the line, stay down, resistance on the line. We got another break here of the highs of 2014, resistance perfectly right there. And again, it is coming and asking a question as to whether it has enough strength to clear the current area, which is here. We got bullish period here when it moves above the line. I should point out as a side note, yes, you can use the entry there as a buy signal and the break below it as a sell signal, because the break is going to be above your entry point. So that in itself, your break is always going to be higher. So you're not necessarily, in theory, losing money by playing the movement back above the line here as a buy signal and a movement below the line as a sell signal. Very valid. So if I bring back the 61.8 threshold, we can see that there is a need for a price breakout so that we can clear this period here. And also we can see that if this is confirmed as resistance, it means the next meaningful direction is down. And that is one way to account for hidden resistance on your charts. Eric Moth with Moth.com. Love light, light love. Namaste.